Does it feel like your past is holding you back? Well, in this video, we're going to talk about how to reinvent yourself as a business owner that is both capable and worthy of success. Do you ever have a difficult time deciding what you want to do in your business and your life? You can't set goals? And even if you did decide what you want to do, you have a hard time seeing the opportunities and how you can actually make that happen? If that's true for you, it's more than likely that you have unresolved feelings about yourself and your past, and that you're spending more time worrying about people finding out about something about you or your past than you are being focused on your future and making it happen. Overcoming your past is really important because it improves your self-image. And that just automatically enables you to exude confidence, which makes you magnetic towards your ideal customers. And it also allows you to embrace the bigger dreams that you have for your business and for your life. If your self-image is not in line with being a successful, worthy business owner, you will subconsciously keep yourself from achieving that goal. And I want to show you a little graphic on how this happens. If you feel like your past is holding you back, or if you have unresolved, difficult feelings about yourself, it's because there's an inner conflict that's playing out inside of you, and you may not even realize that it's happening. So let me explain, and in order to do that, I'm going all the way back to your birth. When you're born, you're given a certain set of desires, personality that allows you to deal with various issues that come up in life, and you're given talents in order to pursue your desire or your purpose here. And you're also given two needs. The first is for safety, and the second is for significance. Here's the thing. Human babies are born comparatively early compared to other mammals, because if our brains were fully developed, baby heads would not fit out of the birth canal. So we're born earlier than other mammals do. And as a result, we don't have the same instincts for survival and purpose. So we have to rely on our family and society to make up for those instincts. And the way they do that is through socialization, and it's also through discipline. Okay? In order for humans to survive, we cluster into groups. When we're socialized or disciplined, they're trying to teach you how to be safe, right? So when you're growing up in your family wants to keep you safe, and they want to instill values in you. Now, why do they want to instill values in you? Well, because that's what's going to help you get along with the rest of society. It's also what's going to allow you to attract a quality mate and provide grandchildren for your parents. Evolutionary biologists believe that that is the real purpose for doing this. So what your family does and what society does is they will withhold safety and or significance if you don't conform. It's easy to see in family, and it also happens in high school. So a lot of the conflicts can come, you can look back, if you're not sure where it comes from, it's either from family of origin issues or high school groups. So some of the things that they discipline you for or withhold safety and significance are the things that you were born with. So if you were an outgoing, adventurous girl who wanted to be the leader of the group in the neighborhood, and your parents said, no, you should be quiet, you should wear dresses, you should have tea parties, you should interact with girls, girls should be with girls, you may think that being an outgoing, adventurous leader is not desirable and actually is something that you should be ashamed of or guilty of. Now, a lot of this happens between the ages of like 0 and 7. That's when a lot of your neural pathways are being formed. So that's why you may not even remember it, and this happens at a subconscious level when those pathways are being formed. Now, if you're a boy and you were sort of a bookworm and you really like to learn and analyze things, and your father was sort of a frat boy athlete, might be telling you, hey, you should be out throwing the pigskin around rather than reading the books. And you could think that being analytical and learning is something that you should be ashamed of, and that what you really need to do is to be a jock and out there and be on the football team. And if you look at Little League games, you could see that a lot of the players there are there to impress their parents and not because it's something that they actually want to do. So what happens, and this happens really subconsciously, is you accentuate the things that get you compliments, the things that get you positive consequences, right? So things that give you significance and things that make you feel safe, those are the desires, the temperaments, and the talents that you really lean on, okay? And you try and use as much as possible. And those other things that are getting you negative consequences, you hide them away in what Carl Jung defined as the shadow. Now, Carl Jung was a contemporary of Freud, or you could say he was an apprentice of Freud. It was a complicated relationship that they had. But that's when they were figuring these things out. And so what happens is you create roles and patterns to hide your dark side, right? You want to hide that away. And you take on roles in your family and your society to reinforce these patterns so that you don't even have to think about it because it would just be too much to think about day in, day out. So think about it in your family. Were you the good girl? Were you the people pleaser? Were you a black sheep? Were you the rebel? Were you the little prince? Were you the one that, made, the fixer, so you made everything go right? And your subconscious mind actually believes that this is what's keeping you alive. That as long as you don't use any of the traits or talents that you have in the shadow, if you hide them away, and if you continue on with the role, that you will continue to be safe and you will continue to have significance. So here's where the conflict comes up, and here's where your past actually can really seriously be holding you back. If you're looking to pursue a desire that you've had placed on your heart, if this is something that you really want to do, if you want to change the world in some way, if you want to live a different lifestyle than your parents and society wanted, if you want to heal other people and just step out and be everything that you can be, you're going to be doing it with half a deck, right? Because half of your personality traits, half of your talents, some percentage of them will be in the shadow and not available for your use. And if you were an outgoing, adventurous leader of a girl, and now you're a woman and you want to step out and create a business, all of those traits might really be valuable to you and you might really need to access them again. So you really have a choice, right? And I like to say you have a choice to grow or die, right? So by growing, you need to step outside your comfort zone and re-access these talents and traits that you have in your shadow so that you can utilize them to achieve your goals. So what can you do about it if you find yourself in this situation? Okay, first, you need to decide what you want out of your life and business. Think as big and dream as big as you will allow yourself. Next, think about who you would need to be in order to have that kind of achievement. Next, look at your sense of judgment. Are you self-judging yourself? Or are you afraid that somebody else will judge you for being that type of person, taking that kind of action, achieving that kind of success? Ask yourself, who would say something or do something or think something about yourself that you wouldn't like? Okay, next you have to realize that these judgments, either from yourself or from other people, are based on somebody else's idea of what is important in life. They're ideas about what they think you should be doing in order to stay safe and have significance. Now, that's fine when you're a child and you're dependent on the other people to make these kinds of decisions for you. But now that you're an adult, it's really up to you to choose whether or not you want to hold on to those values and whether or not you want to live under that kind of judgment from somebody else. Or is this really your time to step out into your purpose and achieve the desires that you have on your heart? If you'd like to find out more about how you can accelerate success in your life and your business, click the link below in the description. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to my videos. Have a great day. Here's to your success. Cheers.